Hey, welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm Perry Black, and on this show, Billie and Rachel Hubbard are going to share exciting news about Second Chance Youth Ranch. Don't go away. Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm Perry Black, and on this show we have Billie and Rachel Hubbard, our daily operations directors from Second Chance Youth Ranch. Welcome to the show, Billie Hubbard.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to pretend that Rachel's not here, and you and I are just going to have a conversation.
See how long that lasts.
I'll say, Billie, can you tell me that? No, Rachel can. So on this show, I just want to let our audience know, on this specific show, we're really going to talk about Second Chance Youth Ranch. Why do we ask people to support Second Chance Youth Ranch? What's our objective in solving the foster care crisis? And how people who watch can get directly involved through prayer and supporting and serving foster children. Right. So Rachel, since I was really joking, because I know Billie don't want to talk, can you tell me what is the history of Second Chance Youth Ranch very briefly, and bring us right to the present as to why we do what we do, and how many kids are we helping right now in our care, both in our campus homes and in our what we call community homes, and then you can define campus homes and community homes.
Well, when we first started, Billie and I have been there about 18 years. The ranch was there about a year and a half before us.
We broke ground in 2000, received our first children December of 2005.
Yes.
And y'all came on board as foster parents in
2007.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. And we started out with the ranch campus, that beautiful, super special campus where we live, and was your vision for so long, with 2 homes there. And now we have expanded to 2 additional campuses and lots of homes throughout the community. We have 27 open foster homes right now. We're currently serving 78 children in care. But our goal is to do more. We want to open more foster homes, help more children. Those campus homes are for large sibling groups. We want to keep brothers and sisters together, and most people can't do that in their own home.
So let's give a good news report real quick, since you're talking about 70 plus children and 20 plus homes. We just had a sibling group of 6, that's brothers and sisters, who just went to their adoptive home. And in about 3 days following, we received a very large, I don't want to say how many, because somebody that would know them.
Say more than 10.
More than 10. It was a big sibling group that came immediately after that 6 went to their new adoptive home. So not many homes or organizations can take in 10 or 12 or plus siblings. Being
able to say that yes to that big sibling group, it was like the biggest day for all of us. We're emotional, we're celebrating, and because we're turning away 10 to 15 kids every day.
So do we receive infants sometimes?
We do. We had a little bitty baby.
Yeah, this large sibling group is, the youngest is 3 months old to 15 years old. So, and 10 in between. So we're
and then we do have in our Bryant campus, we do have 2 young ladies in care who have infants.
Yep. They do, 2 little mamas, and they're just doing great.
Now, for well over a decade, we really specialized in mostly 12 to 18 years old.
Yeah.
And now with our sibling groups, we're getting them really, really young.
You're right. Years ago, we focused on teenagers because that was the biggest need in the system, and that's our heart. Like, what kids are being kind of forgotten or left behind, and right now it's sibling groups, brothers and sisters being separated from each other, so we kind of shifted our focus.
And our goal is to keep those sibling groups not just on the campus, but to keep them in one house.
Yeah, if at all possible.
Now you get a large group, even DHS regs won't let us put 10 or 12 or 15 in the same house. So
but
we
maybe
do,
they
but
can
we
be
keep
next
them.
door.
Yeah, the next door neighbors. And many of them get to go to Arkansas Christian Academy, so they see each other either here or on a public school campus, whatever their situation may be. So that brings us up kind of up to date, but let's define community homes versus campus homes. And when we talk about 3 campuses, you know, in my mind, when I hear you say campus, I'm thinking this big complex. But when you say that, because we're not into big complex, we're into individual care and individual homes.
Yeah.
So what is a campus home?
It's just a home with a family that lives there. That's their home. You know, it's individually licensed through the state, but it's like a little neighborhood of foster homes so that the neighbors know each other. They kind of pitch in and help or watch each other's kids. A lot of times the kids play outside together. It's like that precious little cul-de-sac that everybody wants to live on, where you're real close to your 4 or 5 neighbors right there. That's kind of what we've created on our campuses.
So when we talk about Second Chance Youth Ranch, it's in the community of Perrin, in the woods, and it's in the old west town. It has a swimming pool. That's our donors were gracious enough to specifically say we want the kids at the ranch to have a pool. We have a recreation center. We have basketball courts. We have a playground, and then we have multiple individual homes that make up the community. Now in Benton, what do we have? City of Benton.
We have 2 campus homes. We had a generous donor that donated partial land there, and we were able to put in 2 5-bedroom homes, large,
beautiful homes.
Very young.
Yeah.
We'll brag on whoever built that. Did a great job. But
you know, when you said 2 beautiful homes, I think somehow television showed those homes right here on TV. I'm pretty sure that's happening.
And they're more of the modern style that would fit into kind of regular community, not the ranch kind of architectural thing. So they're awesome homes.
They're just right in the town of Benton.
Yeah.
And then we have another campus right here in the city of Bryant. And tell me about that, Rachel.
It has 4 homes, a beautiful pond, multiple little playgrounds for the kids, and they're just gorgeous homes right in the heart of the city.
Did you see it pop up on television just now?
I did, and yeah, it was magic.
The television crew's going. So and those 4 homes with a pond, y'all just recently put in a kind of a outdoor pavilion so they have a place in the shade to sit out when they're outdoors. Of course, in one of those homes they have that beautiful big front yard. They can play out in the yard, that kind of stuff. So just a lot of different things. So that's what we call our campus homes. Those folks work directly for us at Second Chance Youth Ranch. We're going to talk about community homes when we come back here in just a moment.
A mission field around you is filled with young hearts needing a forever family. And at Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team is committed to providing healthy, stable, loving homes and families to hurting children in the Arkansas foster care system and those up for adoption. Please contact us if you feel the tug at your heart to help foster or adopt, and find out the steps you could take to help fulfill a child's lifelong dream. Maybe you can't foster or adopt, but you could help. The need for thousands of children in the system is staggering. But with the help of faithful partners and business alliances, we are meeting those needs right now. Would you help us make a difference? Every gift, regardless of size, impacts a child's life directly and helps provide for a home in the gap right now. Visit the Second Chance Youth Ranch website at 2CYR.org to read more, watch the stories, and to make a contribution for a hurting child's care. Monthly partners are needed, so please contact us right away. And as you partner with this ministry, you are partnering with the Heavenly Father that has promised to be Father to the fatherless. God bless you for helping Second Chance Youth Ranch.
Hey, welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. On this show, we're talking with Billie and Rachel Hubbard, and in the first segment, we're talking about our campus homes, our 3 various campuses in Benton and Bryant and the community in the woods in Perrin. But then I ended the segment by saying, well, let's talk about community homes. What's a community home, Rachel?
So that is a family that wants to foster in their own home. Very traditional type foster care that you would normally think of.
Stop. She's talking to you.
We want your home. If you have an extra bedroom, call us.
That's that simple.
Yeah. And you know, some people say, well, I want to foster, but I want some extra support. I want to do it with a faith-based agency so that our values align. And that's what we do. It's the exact same kids that you would get if you were fostering through the state, but we're kind of holding your hand along the way.
Well, okay, talk to us about holding our hands. If someone has interest in fostering, they can call or contact you or one of our case workers, managers.
Well, we call her a foster care coordinator.
There you go. We got a title for everything. And they will literally visit with them, answer their most frequently asked questions. But even if they did pursue becoming a foster parent and bringing just a child into the home, we wouldn't just give them a child.
No.
And just leave them alone. So kind of walk us through that in the realm of the community home support that we provide.
I mean, it's a really careful matching process. You know, I mean, Billie and myself and Chad and our team, like, we look at the dynamics of your home, your children, your marriage, your job available, everything.
Do you
and
have to
match
be
them.
married to be
You don't. You can be single.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have some community homes who say we like teenagers, some who say we like toddlers, and so we match them carefully. And then once we make a match and you think it's a good fit and we think it's a good fit, it's all hands on deck. We're shopping, we're supporting all of it.
In that fitting process, if they have a home and or children, you will allow them to have a child in their home for a overnight or for a Sunday afternoon to see how that fits?
Sometimes we do, and sometimes they come that first moment and they just stay. But always, you know, if we place a child and in the first couple of days you just realize it's not going to work, then we help make an adjustment and would make a move. So.
And once a child is placed in a home, are they on their own now?
No, we don't leave them on. If you want to be independent, we're probably not the organization for you. If you want to raise a child with a community of people who you can call when you're having a hard day, who will stop whatever they're doing and pray with you. If you want somebody to show up at your door and come in and help with laundry because you're behind, like, that's what we do. It's so special and so unique, and that's what we hear the most is, I don't feel like I'm alone.
Yeah.
We even had, like, for the men, we have 15 men between
Foster
campus.
dads?
Yeah, we all went bowling. You know, we have a couple, and
I appreciate the invitation on that.
I should have asked you. Yeah,
I saw that on Facebook and I went, you know, I'm a bowler.
you are.
Like I'm a golfer, you know. I bowled like once in the past 5 years, and that was with the men's group. It was with our college group, actually. And yeah, I'm not really a bowler, but I would have loved to have been able to say no.
But we do go to the lake together and different things that you've been attending. And
do the ladies, do the foster moms do things together?
We do. We go to the movies, out to eat. We've got a trivia night coming up where we're just going to get together and laugh ridiculously and
Who
have
keeps
fun.
the kids when the foster moms?
The dads.
So you're saying that fostering's kind of like being a family.
It's exactly
Exactly
like
a family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it that you get most frequently asked beyond those basic questions?
One
how
thing
long do they stay?
Yeah.
That's a big one. I don't know if I can do this because I might get too attached.
How do you say
I
goodbye?
hear that a lot.
We hear that a lot.
Yeah.
And so we try to take the focus off of us and put it on what the need is.
Yeah.
And some people have to do that mindset of, I don't know if I could let this child leave. It might be too hard, but
And those are the people we want.
I would say, what happens if they don't have a home? So try to weigh out those options.
Yeah.
And but I hear that every day.
All the
I
time.
couldn't do what you do because I would get too attached.
Let me address that, because when my parents, my mom and dad, and our family was foster parents in Jonesboro, the first infant, well, it was actually the fifth child. We received 4 brothers, and there were 5 of us plus the 4 brothers, and then we received an infant born in November on my birthday. We named her Tina. She was adopted 7 months later, but my sister Paula, who's the oldest of us, is 3 years older than me, she was in her bedroom crying because Tina had left. And I remember my mother going in and say, listen, we talked about this. We've got to let these children go to their permanent home.
Yeah.
And if we can't do that without these overt emotions, then we can't do this. Well, that was only the 5th foster child of about 100.
So you kept doing it?
So we got over that. But that is the challenge. But just consider that love that you're imparting to these children. It is, even if they're not old enough to realize how impacting it is, it is impacting their life. And does fostering impact in a positive way the foster families?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Otherwise, you wouldn't cry when the child leaves or be emotionally moved.
And doesn't every child deserve to have someone cry over a goodbye with them? Like, I would much rather myself be hard, and I am. Like, it's been 18 years, and I still cry when we say goodbye and worry and miss them. But those children deserve that.
How old are your children?
They're 14 and 9.
And they've lived in the ranch with foster children for all those years. How do they deal with, we got 1 minute, how do they deal with the emotion and the attachment when their friends and neighbors go to another placement,
It's really the same as your sister did. I mean, it's challenging.
It's hard.
The younger they are, the harder it is, because of life's experiences and all. But they just realize, we've told them, this is it. They're still going to be in our lives for a long time. A lot of these kids are getting adopted, but they're local.
Yeah.
So they still get to see each other and all that. And God always replaces friendships and relationships, especially if you're doing it God's way. He'll always replenish that.
We have a little gift bag sitting on our kitchen bar at home that our little girl Brooklyn made about a month ago because she heard that one of her good friends is probably about to go home with her mom. So she said, I'm going to get this ready, and as soon as I know she's leaving, I'm going to give it to her.
Well, we're going to give you a chance to receive a spiritual gift bag. And in this next segment, right after we come back from this Project Zero that's going to touch your heart, we're going to talk about how you can be involved in foster care.
Family isn't just your blood. Family is people who claim you and want to be a part of you. My name is Kaylee and I'm 15. I like to do gymnastics, and most of the time I just play on my phone and hang out with friends and family. My least favorite subject is math. I freaking hate math. But my favorite subject is probably like science. Since I like gymnastics and stuff, I've always dreamed of like growing up and doing like being like a gymnast teacher. I think adoption would make me feel a lot better about myself and stuff, because like I won't feel down or like nobody wants me or anything like that. So I think it would be good because it'll get me out of the system and I'll be able to like do more things that normal kids can do. Like, because as a foster kid, it's hard because like we can't go out and hang out with our friends or anything like that because like we're in foster care. DHS is over us. Like, go to the trampoline park, hang out with friends, have people over at the house, go over to other people's house, have sleepovers, that type of stuff. I would like to have a mom and a dad and some younger siblings because I love helping take care of like younger kids and stuff. So some younger siblings and maybe like a dog or a cat in the house. Adoption is a really good thing because like if there's kids like that their parents would like abuse them and that type of stuff, and it's just good for people to adopt kids because it helps the kids actually feel like people love them and like want them. With my family, my dream vacation would be to go to like the beach or like to like Mexico or something like that. If I had $1 million, I would probably like buy a house, like a mansion or something, and like take in a bunch of kids that need a home. If I could change one thing about the world, I would change how hateful people are.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like, there's some people in the world that like don't care about anybody and just like care about themselves and don't want to help like foster kids and just want to do foster care or adoption for the money. If I had one wish, I would wish for me to be home with my mom and for none of this to have ever happened.
Hey, welcome back. You know, those Project Zero videos, and we are so thankful to Project Zero for sharing those with us, and we're thankful for DCFS for letting Project Zero put the children out here so people can literally see that we're not talking statistics here. We're not talking homes and campuses and numbers. We're talking about hearts and lives. And Project Zero and their team do such a phenomenal job of producing those videos so our viewers can hear the heart of children looking for love and permanent placement. You know, this show's really about fundraising. And you know, we really very rarely even ask our partners and our viewers to give. But are there opportunities to give? And if someone was to give, how much of giving from our annual fall fundraiser, which we do every October, how much of that giving goes to pay your salary or mine?
Zero.
Zero.
It's all for our families and our kids.
None of our fundraising goes to pay the bills?
No. We've got that covered. Our fundraising is for growth, expansion, and improvement.
That's how we built the new houses. I do have, believe it or not, I know it's been a while, but I've been very busy for the past year building 2 foster homes and a 15,000 square foot school. But I still have on the agenda remodeling, if you will, the kitchens for 2 of our campus foster homes that just desperately need to be upgraded and refreshed. But that's what our fundraising is all about. None of it's for administrative costs. I don't receive a penny. You don't receive a penny of our fundraising. Yet y'all work, I can't say you work tirelessly because it's very tiring. But between now, the fall, we'll say late summer and the fall when we do our annual banquet at the Benton Convention Center, and we'll have about 800 people there.
Yeah.
How many hours? I can't call them man hours, I'd call them woman hours. But how many hours are put into that banquet?
I couldn't even tell you. So many weekends, evenings, late nights, and we only do that once a year. We only really buckle down and focus on fundraising one time per year because we're not about that. Like, we're about serving kids and families, and that's what we want our focus to be. And so once a year, we set aside about 6 weeks and pour every spare minute we have into funding everything, and God blesses that.
Yeah, and in that banquet, we have a phenomenal catered meal. People can sponsor a table, invite there's a total about 10 people at a table, is that correct? And you invite guests. We have some of our current students can share. I will share a joke or two, and then you guys hosted along with one of our guests. And then at the end of that, after you've seen the stories, you've heard from young people, you've seen videos, then they are given a chance to give if they want to. So a church could sponsor a table and bring a few people from their Sunday school, a business or civic group. And
anybody can be a part of the fundraising even if they don't attend the annual event.
Are there, other than the remodeling I'm talking about, are there any other significant projects coming up? I think we're almost to the point we've got to get a couple of more vans because we put about 150,000 miles on them, and we'll move to another van. Those are fairly expensive, $35,000 to $50,000, and you know, you have 8 or 10 kids, you got to have vans.
And as we're growing, we may need to add more additional homes.
Build a home, $200,000 minimum for a 5-bedroom. And then you got to have a van, and of course then foster parents.
And then we're exploring ways that we could add amenities and resources for all of our families in town so that they have somewhere to have family visits or birthday parties. Just what can we do to better serve our kids? And the more resources we have, the more we can do.
The fall of 2024, we're going to do some logging. We're going to look, once we get that done, I'm looking at topo mats, that's topography, so I can see elevations to see if part of the property that gets cleared can be used, maybe 10 acres or 20 acres that could be fenced. That's fairly expensive, and turned into a pasture because y'all don't have anything to do. But the kids can do equine therapy and
That would
take
be
care of
cool.
animals.
Yeah.
Y'all already have chickens. So there's a lot of different opportunities.
Sure.
I'd love to kind of put in a field where they could play wiffle ball or softball
cool,
or something
yeah.
like that. And then they could have horse riding. I actually have a friend from high school. I literally saw this morning, he's got a horse and a trailer, and he said it would be great for beginners.
Awesome.
He's asking too much money for it, but I thought it was cool. And I've had other friends that said, as soon as you're ready for horses, I'll donate horses.
Wow.
And I said, no, horses need shoes more than women. Every 8 weeks, horses get new shoes.
expensive.
And so that's a whole nother part.
Yeah.
But so we got 2 minutes. What can people do that would make an impact in helping us or connecting with us?
They can definitely pray for us, pray for this fundraising effort that we're doing, pray that we can open more homes. They can help us spread the word. If people understand the need, maybe they'll be willing to foster. And then they can give financially. It's real easy right through our website.
So you're asking people to give $1 million apiece?
I will take a dollar. Every little bit helps. And you know, God always honors anything that's given and expands it and grows it.
People say to me all the time, well, I don't have a lot of money. I don't know if I'll be worth coming as your guest. I'm like, it's not about that.
Yeah.
God's going to provide through someone. You know, come here and be a part of this. Just lock arms together. Just pray through this so we can expand and grow and reach and solve the foster care crisis.
When I started this ministry in 1988, I had teenagers send me $5 a month, sometimes $5 every other month. I had a sweet lady in Heber Springs sent me $1 a month. And that's what's made this ministry, this television show, Second Chance Ranch, possible. And occasionally somebody does something very significant, but every seed makes a difference. We got 30 seconds. Who wants to tell them why of why Second Chance Youth Ranch exists?
We're here to make sure that every child in the state of Arkansas has a safe, loving home for every day of their lives. And it takes funding, it takes people, and it takes prayer to make that happen. So partner with us so that we can end the foster care crisis.
Yeah, I taught on Prayer Sunday. Prayer moves the heart of God that moves the world. And your prayers and your simple gift can make a huge difference. We'd love to hear from you right here at Second Chance Youth Ranch, and we'd love to talk to you about the possibilities of Billie and Rachel coming and speaking to your group. We're going to be back next week right here at Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Bye-bye.